everyone, Tracy here with Paper Closet Designs. In today's video I want to show you how to assemble the tool chest box card. So I did this one this summer. This was kind of for Father's Day. It has the little printable that says for you and all the tools in the back or in the chest, and then if you turn it over it has a gift card holder in the back. This was such a popular card and it was so fun, and I had lots of people emailing me thanking me for it. I decided to go ahead and do a Christmas one, this time with Santa's toolbox. So I'm going to show you the pieces. This video might be a little bit longer because there's lots of layering and I wanted to show you everything from the start to the finish. So we'll just jump right in. First off, you're going to have these two rectangles. These are the back pieces, and the biggest question I got with this was, why are there two back pieces? And I'll explain that to you as we go along, but there is a reason for it. Okay, you also have a little printable sentiment. This says, Property of Santa Claus, North Pole Toy Factory, or you can use it as a blank one if you want to add something to it. And then there is a layer for that. Before we get into it too much, I want to show you this one. I put brads on all of the little holes. On Santa's, we're not going to do that, just because I want to show you what it looks like with both options. So we have a little holly. That's for the front. I will warn you now, this card has lots of small pieces. You have your lights. There should be 8 lights, little Christmas lights, and I cut them out of 3 different colors. And then this is the strand that they go on. So we'll set those aside. Then you have the slates, the wood slats that go on your front of your card, and they do have the holes for the brads if you want them, and they are a little bit bigger holes so that if you get those screw head brads, they'll fit in there, but we're not going to do any brads. It'll still work. And then this is just the shadow piece that also has the brads in it, or the holes in it. This is your card front. So it has 4 score lines. This is your first insert piece, and I kind of put all these pieces together so that I can just quickly glue them together. So there's your first insert piece with this screwdriver and the 2 wrenches. Your second insert piece, whoops, these are stuck together, has the hammer and the handles. Your third insert piece has the 2 candy canes, and then you have your pocket. So let's just go ahead and glue everything together first. So with the candy canes, they're one solid piece. So we have the back, and then you have the stripes, but they are a solid piece. I'm gonna go ahead, just glue this in. And I'm gonna use glue on this thing instead of tape because it just holds it a lot better, and there's so many layers and so many small pieces. I think we'll be happier if we do the glue to begin with. Okay, the candy cane has a little teeny tiny shadow behind it, just itty bitty, and that's just to give it a little bit of dimension so it doesn't look like it's laying right on top of the layer behind it. And for these candy canes, I'm just going to put glue on the solid pieces on the stripes. And then match it up. Okay, and that is your third insert, and it does have the letter 3, or excuse me, the number 3. And you can leave that piece in or pull it out. Okay, for the middle one, which is number 2, is pretty simple. It's just the hammer, but it also has the light string on it. So we're going to go ahead and put the hammer. So we have the full hammer with the metal pieces, which I cut out of gray, or you could do silver or whatever. Okay, and we'll add the lights to it in just a minute. That's your second one. And then your first one has these tools. So again, the solid tool piece gets cut out of gray or silver or whatever color you want your tool to be. Gold would be kind of cool since they are Grandpa or Santa's. He kind of has the cool tools, right? So this piece is the same in both boxes. The other pieces are a little bit different, but this first piece, if you're doing the one that I did for Father's Day or for a little boy's birthday, this first insert piece is the same. So lots of little layers, but nothing that's difficult. There's our screwdriver. Our screwdriver actually has an extra layer, and that's so that you can kind of see the grip showing through. So red and green screwdriver, that's what Santa would use, right? Okay, let's do the holly next. And this one is the one that has the tiniest pieces. So we're going to glue it to this white offset piece or outline piece. And it does have a shadow. It's not a huge shadow, but it is a little bit more than the candy canes were. And then it's actually almost easier just to put some dots where these little holly berries go. And man, I should put my glasses on. Those are some tiny pieces, but it's worth it. Tiny pieces add all the little detail, right? Okay. Oh, that piece came up. Now it's stuck. Okay, and then we've got our lights. And like I said, I did mine in 3 colors. You can do them however you want. You could even do the lights out of some glitter paper and make them all glittery. That would be awesome. I'm just going to glue those right to the strand. And I don't even know that I did this in any order or anything. Oh, there's 2 red ones there. Come on. I've got glue on my fingers and they won't come apart. There we go. These little lights are symmetrical, so unless you're using a patterned paper, it really doesn't matter which side you glue them down. Just want to get them on there. Box cards are so much fun, but they do have a lot of little detail to them. And if you make them a normal size to fit in an envelope, the little details have to really be shrunk down. But they are so fun. And my little grandkids love getting box cards. I don't know what it is, but they just love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on to that second piece while it's laying flat. And you'll notice that your little strands, they kind of hang over the edge so that it looks like they're wrapped around. Like I said, lots of details on this. I'm only putting glue on the lights that hang down and then just in a couple of spots on that strand. This is where these little tiny glue bottles with the little nose work really well. All right. We're just going to hang that so that it looks like it's wrapping around the handle. Okay. Then the last thing is we're going to take our little printable that says Property of Santa Claus. And just line up the holes. Okay, now we're ready to go ahead and build this thing. So normally I would ink these little wood pieces. I did on this one. I'm not going to today, just for the sake of time. You're going to put the long pieces on first. And then we'll come back and put the short pieces on the top. Make sure you get those edges really good, because, or the corners, because you don't want the corners popping up. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add these pieces. And again, just match up the circles, the holes. And this is where the inking would come in, because it would really add some dimension to these pieces so that you could tell that they were separate pieces. If you didn't want all this little detail, you could forgo these wood slats and just use this piece on the front. But again, details are what makes the card. Keep adding. And I'm sorry this video takes so long. I know long videos are not people's favorite. You have things to do. But hopefully you're building along with me. So, all right. We've done that. Let's do our gift card holder pocket. So we're just going to fold those tabs down away from us. I'm going to put glue on those two tabs right there. Fold it over. Press them. You could even write a little message right there. Merry Christmas, whatever. Okay, now we're ready to build the box. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to score all of our tabs. Let's start with the first one. So the first one, we're going to fold those up towards us. And the second one, let me look. Yep, the second one I also fold towards me. And then the third one, we're going to fold away from us or down towards the table. And then our box card, the base, we're going to fold everything away from us. Okay. Let's go ahead and add this piece. At this point, you would add your brads if you were going to. You could also add some rhinestones. You know, this is Santa's. If you've got your lights made out of glitter paper, your little brads could be rhinestones. Really glitz it up, because I'm sure Santa, at least the Santa that comes to my house, he's pretty glitzy. Oh, and there is one little piece that didn't quite pop out. So we're going to pull that. There we go. Get that little piece that didn't pop out. Okay, so go ahead and line that up. And let's line it up with the holes. piece. There we go. Okay, we're going to flip it over. And we're going to start with our first piece. So if you've seen me do my box cards, you know that I do them all the same. We're going to flip this over. So we've bent our tabs towards us. We're going to flip it over and put glue on the back side of these. We're going to lay this edge of the tab right against that fold line. And you're actually matching the top, not the bottom. So we're going to line that up, get that out of there, fold this over, and just press it really good. And you can see your crate on the, when you fold this over, you can see those crate pieces peeking through. That's why we have this separate crate pieces. Okay, then we're going to open it up, fold it, make sure that it's still straight, and then fold this side over and press it. And where I'm using glue, it takes it a little bit longer. We just want to keep pressing and folding to make sure that that is going to fold, fold, fold. See, this is the other reason why I use tape. Glue really does hold it better, but it takes longer to get it to stick. We may end up using tape to finish this out. Yep, we're gonna use the tape because you don't want to sit here and watch me fiddle with this for the next few hours. You're just trying to figure out how to do it, right? So here's our tape. I might need to do that one too because it dried and then it pulled away. Nope, it's sticking. Okay. Now let's take the second insert piece, and the tabs are pointed up towards us as well, folded up towards us. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it over, and really I'd recommend glue, but you got to wait for it to dry. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it this way, and then this time we're going to take that left edge and put it right behind that first tab, not right on it, but right behind it. Fold it over, and then do the same thing over here, right behind it, not on it. Fold it over. And it should just lay flat. There we go. I had someone once email me and ask me if they could decorate the backs of these. And I'll tell you what I told her and what I tell everybody. This is your card. You do it however you want. But of course you could decorate these. All you'd have to do is when you were cutting it out, these pieces, you'd need to mirror them and then cut them out a second time. And then you can decorate the backs too. Okay, the third piece, these are folded, the tabs are folded away from us. So we're just going to put tape on the front of that. Flip it over. This time we're going to put the edge of that tab right to the left side of that score line. So not on the score line, but just left of it. You can fold that tab over if you want to. Going to do the same thing over here, just to the right of that. Make sure it's all folding nice and flat. It's all folding nice and flat. You might get a little bit of a bubble in there, and I've explained that before. It's just the type of paper. Not all cardstock is the same. Okay, so there is our box. It's coming together really cute. Now we need these back pieces. So we're going to open it up flat, put tape on this back tab. Put this first back piece right up against that score line, not on it, but right next to it. Fold it over. Put tape on this tab. Fold it over. And now we want to put tape on this second back piece. And I'm actually going to do all 4 sides. And then the second back piece just gives the back a more finished look. It covers up those tabs, and it just kind of gives it a little bit more of a finished look to it. Okay, fold it in both directions a couple of times. Then to finish it off, if you want to put the gift card holder on there, you can. And this one I really would suggest putting it with glue, because if you put the gift card holder or the gift card in there, sometimes they're a little bit thick and you want it to stay on there real good. Okay, and then you can decide where you want to hang your tag, and then put your little holly on there. So I'm actually, since I did not do the brads, you could still tie this with some twine, but I'm going to put those on with, surprise, surprise, foam dots. I do think I like it a little bit better with the brads in there, but it's cute without too. I need to make those smaller. And this is your project 100%. You can do it however you want. You could do these pieces with some wood grain. Somebody posted one on Facebook in the makers, in the my Scrap Chick Makers Facebook page, and they had done a wood grain on those, and it turned out really pretty. Someone else did one and they actually embossed it with a wood grain. That was kind of cool too. Okay, so we're just going to add that there. And there is your Santa chest, or Santa tool chest box card. What little kid wouldn't just love to receive that or see it sitting out by the Christmas tree? Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe down below. Let me know what you're going to do with this card, and have a great day.